If you're struggling with this new market, you may be missing one of the most important factors: refresh windows. FinallyHeSleeps here. We're going to dig into refresh windows in the FIFA Mobile market in this video. This is when the numbers shift and you have the opportunity to take a new place in line in the queue when you're buying or selling. Vitally important if you want to buy or sell anything in the new season of FIFA Mobile. First though, make sure you subscribe here at YouTube and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a video when it goes live. All right, so refreshing and buying. The new FIFA Mobile market is actually a player-to-player exchange system with sales orders and purchase orders. If you're confused on how the system works, check out my video on navigating the market first before you get into this. I'll put the link in the description. The missing component for a lot of people is the queue for those sales orders and purchase orders. Now, you need to be first or at least very close to the front of the line in order to make anything happen in the system. In order to get closer to the front of the line, it's easiest to do this when the handicap window shifts. Now, the handicap window is EA's price fixing measure that minimizes the value for which you can buy or sell any player. These refresh on a schedule, and knowing that schedule is paramount. Now, here's the problem. The schedule for this stuff refreshes all over the place. So now, normally I'd keep all this info private on my website or only give it out to subscribers in my private Wednesday videos, but this new player-to-player exchange is so frustrating, I'm posting this here for everyone. Here's what you need to know. Refreshes are global. It's not different and it doesn't change based on your region. It's just a global time across all of the regions in FIFA Mobile 22. Right now, programs are refreshing together for the most part. Now, I believe it's based on content updates, but that's not set in stone because there are exceptions to this rule. For example, all attack and midfield team of the year refresh at the exact same time, but defense team of the year refreshes a couple minutes after that. This is a 2-hour system as a general rule. That means that refresh times run on like every 2 hours. It's not hourly. Now, so every 2 hours, they refresh at their specific minute within the hour, but it's not always. Some are on 4 hours, but I don't think that's set in stone. Okay, so we've been watching this for a couple of weeks, and we've seen players hold a value for up to 12 hours. Now, we're speculating this is because there isn't enough demand to spark a shift in that handicap window. In all the cards beyond that, what's already in the handicap window, it's like they don't have enough of to generate a shift every 2 hours. So sometimes we're seeing it on 4 hours, sometimes it's 8 hours. But generally, it's a 2-hour refresh as a base rule. Base players. These things are all over the damn place. They are most definitely not refreshing at the same time. It's like not all base players are refreshing at the exact same minute. We're not 100% sure, but the new FIFA Mobile doesn't see all base players as being part of the same program. That's why you can't search for only base players. It's not set up as a specific base player program. This may be why the refresh times are all over the board, and this may change as FIFA Mobile 22 progresses. Now, much like base players, icons are all over the place as well. Many are refreshing at the same time as the program they were released within, though. So, for example, best, right mid best, refreshes with new beginnings, and Zanetti is refreshing with team of the year. All right, so now in the market, we're in the middle of team of the year right now. That's the thing that's going on. And we really don't have a whole lot of programs that have released, but you're probably wanting to know what some of the refresh times are. That's probably why you're here. Now, I'm reluctant to dump all these numbers out to the public for two reasons. One, it's probably going to affect the market, which I hate doing. And two, it could change at any time. A content update could shift all these numbers. If the servers go down or whatever, it could change, which would then make this video incorrect. But you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. These times are going to be based on the refresh. So, you know, well, let's just say I'm going to give you this stuff in UTC. That way, depending upon your time zone or, you know, where you're at, daylight savings time or whatever, you know, you're going to have to follow along based on the universal UTC and the daily refresh. Now, obviously, with some exceptions, is not every player is refreshing every 2 hours, like we just said. Sometimes you might find you check in 2 hours and numbers don't change, so it's a 4 hour and it will change. Again, if there's no demand, it isn't driving the shift in the handicap window. So let's just go through them. New beginnings. This one is at 1935 UTC, so an hour and 35 minutes past refresh, then every 2 hours thereafter. Team of the year, this is another one I said it's a little different. Attack and midfield are at 1936 UTC, while defense is refreshing 2 minutes later at 1938. Ultimate Team of the Year could be different. We have no idea because until it gets released, we really don't know. Okay, Heartbreakers are refreshing every 2 hours on the 1948 UTC mark, which is like 48 minutes after reset, and then every 2 hours thereafter. Carnival. Not that anyone gives a shit about any of these players, but they are refreshing at the 1949 UTC mark. Team of the week, now these are different. These are in 5-minute windows from 1945 UTC to 1950 UTC. I'm assuming this is going to change week to week as more players are added. So this is only through week 5. And again, this one is subject to change. So you may have to find your own refresh times as we continue to move forward. And I said base players were all over the place. So let's just take a look at the few who are currently still relevant here about halfway through Team of the Year. Ronaldo, 91 Ronaldo is at 1931 to 1934. Again, I told you the base players are crazy. We're seeing shifts in that 3-minute window. Mbappe, 91 Mbappe and 92 Lewandowski are both 2008 UTC to 2013 UTC. It's like a 5-minute window. They're popping up somewhere in there. 91 Neymar Jr. is at 2046 UTC up to 2051 UTC. Now, I'll go ahead and I'm just going to put all those numbers in the description because I'm a nice guy. And it's FIFA Mobile 22. So we're just going to dump it out there, see what happens. If you don't understand those numbers, so like if you do a search and you take what your time zone is, and you say, what is 2035 UTC for my time zone? That's going to give you the time that you'll see. Then you'll figure out where that time is. Let's say it's at 1:15 p.m. for you. Then you know at 1:15 p.m. they're going to refresh, 3:15, 5:15, and you just work down from there. Now, before I end this, a few shout outs from my supporters here at FinallyHeSleeps.com. Justin, Paul, Nikhil, JMO, Kinsey, Politico, Nigel, Kevin, Christoph, Cole, Darren, Oliver, John, Jonathan, and Buttmunch. Appreciate all of you and your continued, everything that you continue to do for the channel. I love you guys. That's it. Thanks a lot to each and every one of you who've kind of, worked your way through FIFA Mobile 22 and how it's moving forward. As long as you guys keep watching, I guess I'll keep making videos.